The night is quiet. The only light comes from a small screen. It glows in the dark, a window to a million faces. You scroll, you swipe, a spark, something real, in a world of digital ghosts. But sometimes, what you find is not what you expect. Sometimes, the face on the screen hides a darkness you cannot imagine, played out through apps and messages. The monster is not under your bed. The monster is in your pocket, waiting for you to swipe right. And these stories, they are all true. I'm going to tell you 3 stories tonight. Our first story begins with Chloe. She was a graphic designer, living a busy life in the city. She turned to a dating app, easier than a crowded bar. She matched with a man named Ben. His profile was charming, a kind smile, photos of him hiking with his golden retriever. They talked for weeks. Easy, fun conversations. He remembered small details from her day. Ben said he was a doctor with long, unpredictable hours. He could only text, never call. He sent pictures from his shift, a coffee cup, the view from a hospital window. Chloe was patient. She was falling for the man in her phone. After a month, he agreed to meet. He chose a quiet Italian restaurant downtown. She arrived on time. She ordered a glass of wine and waited. 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes. She texted, "Hey, I'm here, at the table by the window." There was no reply. Embarrassment. She was stood up. She paid and left. Walking home, her phone buzzed. Message from Ben. "I am so sorry. There was a huge accident. I had to stay. I can see you're upset. I see you walking home now in your blue coat." A cold dread washed over her. She froze and scanned the empty street. There was no one there. He had been watching her. He knew where she lived. Weeks of charming conversation felt like an interrogation. He'd been gathering information, not building a connection. Chloe blocked his number immediately. She deleted the app, but the fear lingered. A few days later, a package arrived at her door, a small box. There was no return address. Inside, a single red rose and a small folded note. The note read, "I know you blocked me, but I'm still watching over you. You looked beautiful on your way to work this morning. B." Chloe felt sick. She had to change her life. She moved to a new apartment. She changed her work route. She deleted all her social media. She had escaped him, but the fear never truly went away. He was a constant, invisible presence. A reminder of the man who wasn't there. The man who knew everything and yet left no trace. Our second story is about Maya, a young teacher who had recently moved to a new town. She was lonely and hoped to make new friends, maybe find a partner. She joined a popular dating site, carefully building her profile. Soon she matched with a man named Alex. He seemed perfect. He was a carpenter. His profile showed beautiful woodwork and his smiling, friendly face. They lived in the same town and had a lot in common. Old movies, hiking, spicy food. Their chats were long and engaging, full of laughter and shared dreams. After a couple weeks, Alex suggested they meet. She preferred a public place. They met for coffee on Saturday. The coffee date was even better than she'd imagined. He was charming, funny, attentive. He walked her to her car and gave a warm hug. He couldn't wait to see her again. That night, getting ready for bed, she heard a faint creak from downstairs. She froze, listening. Then she heard it again, a soft shuffling sound, like someone trying to be quiet. Cold fear gripped her. She lived alone. She crept to the top of the stairs, heart pounding. The downstairs was dark. She locked herself in the bathroom and whispered her address to the operator. Footsteps downstairs. Slow, deliberate. They were moving through the living room and the kitchen. It felt like an eternity before she heard the sirens wailing in the distance. The footsteps stopped. Then the back door slammed. The police arrived and cleared the house. The intruder was gone. Her laptop, her television, her jewelry, untouched. The only thing out of place was a single kitchen drawer, left slightly ajar. The police asked if she'd given anyone her address. She thought of Alex. At their coffee date, he had asked about her neighborhood. She had said she lived near the park, mentioned her front door color, the oak tree in her yard. The police investigated Alex. When they searched his house, they found something deeply disturbing. In his basement, shelves and boxes filled with items from dozens of women. A hairbrush, a mug with a lipstick mark, a single earring, a scarf. They were trophies. He would target women on dating sites, learn about their lives, and break into their homes. Maya realized how close she had come to a much worse fate. Her hesitation likely saved her. The case went to court. Alex was sentenced. Seeing him stripped of his charm, he looked small and pathetic. But the shadow he cast was long. She installed new security and checked her locks constantly. The trust she once gave so freely was gone. The feeling of being watched lingered for months, let this be a warning. Our final story is about a woman named Jessica. She was a nurse, working long hours, finding it hard to meet people. She tried online dating. She started talking to a man named Mark. He was a software engineer. They had a lot in common: old horror movies, spicy Thai food. Their texts were good, but Jessica wanted his voice. She suggested a phone call. Mark agreed. From hello, she felt uneasy. His voice was odd, flat, monotone, almost robotic. It didn't match his warm texts. The call felt like an interview, one-sided. She tried to dismiss it as nerves and agreed to a first date, curious he might be shy. They met for coffee. In person, Mark was just as strange. He barely made eye contact. He stared just over her shoulder. His answers were short and blunt. There was no warmth. The date failed. Afterward, she felt relief and blocked his number. A few days later, Mark texted asking for a second date. Jessica declined politely, but he kept texting. The messages grew more frequent, desperate. Then the phone calls started. He called at all hours, day and night. She ignored them. He just kept calling. The friendly app man had become a relentless, obsessive presence. One rainy Tuesday, Jessica was at work. Her phone rang. It was an unknown number. She answered without thinking. Hello? A pause. Then that flat, monotone voice. Jessica? I know you're at work. I know you're busy. Then the voice changed, higher, weaker, filled with fear. It was the voice of an old woman. Please help me. He won't let me go. Jessica was confused and terrified. Who is this? Who won't let you go? The flat voice wasn't Mark's. It was his mother, forced to read a script. She called the police and gave them Mark's profile details and the address on the app. The police went to the house and found a house of horrors. Mark had kept his elderly mother prisoner. He had been forcing her to call the girls from his dating apps. The date Jessica had gone on was not with Mark. It was with an actor he had hired. Mark never left the house. He was the voice behind the curtain, hiding behind his mother and his computer screen, a monster who weaponized technology and human vulnerability. The stories of Chloe, Maya, and Jessica are not just stories. They are stark reminders of the hidden dangers that can lurk behind a friendly profile and a charming smile. The digital world has given us incredible tools for connection, but it has also created new shadows. Always meet in a public place for the first few dates. Tell a friend where you are going and who you are meeting. Never give out personal information like your home address or your workplace too soon. Trust your intuition. If something feels off, listen to that feeling. A video call before meeting can help verify the person is who they say they are. Online dating is not inherently evil. Millions have found happiness through these apps. But walk into this digital world with your eyes wide open. Let these stories be a whispered warning that helps you navigate the shadows. Be hopeful in your search for connection, but be fiercely protective of your safety. Because the most important relationship you will ever have is the one with your own well-being. Stay safe out there. If this story stuck with you, like, subscribe, and share. For resources on online safety, check the links below.